Well, friends, today I'd like to talk to you about impact. What type of impact do we leave? We've all been in a room where someone has walked in and bam, changed the entire atmosphere of the room by their impact. Sometimes it can be a bombastic person who makes the room all about themselves. Or sometimes we could have someone who walks in with peace and love, and that shifts the whole entire atmosphere. So everything we do is either going to be a positive or a negative impact. And one of my absolute favorite things about Jesus is his impact was always in love. Even when he was correcting us, there was still the end result was love. So one of my absolute favorite stories is the woman at the well. And so the woman at the well is a story about a woman who, wasn't quite living a positive impact in her town. She had been married 5 times and was currently living with somebody else. During that time, women went to the well. It was a real social event. And because of the woman's negative impact, all the other women in the town went without her in the cool of the morning. And she had to go in the heat of the afternoon by herself. So she goes to the well and she meets this guy. Now, it's actually Jesus, the Messiah, but she doesn't quite know that yet. So they're talking back and forth, and then Jesus starts to tell her about everything she's ever done, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so as Jesus is speaking to her, she is in shock about how he knows all of this. But what I love about that is even in Jesus laying it all out, he left an impact of love, so much so that she ran back to the town. Remember now, all of these people have a very negative opinion of her. And so she went back to that town saying, "Come, you've got to see this guy who knew everything about me." Now, can you imagine the level of love that Jesus had to be showing during that time? Can you imagine being at the supermarket or at the gas station and someone coming up to you and telling you everything you've ever done? That's going to happen one of 2 ways. If it's a judgmental, critical way, you're not going to feel the love and you probably won't receive what they're saying. But if it's done in a loving, compassionate way, then you will receive what was said. So again, folks, how do you leave an impact? That's the real question. We want to be leaving an impact like Jesus. So in Micah 6:8, the verse says, "And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." And friends, when we walk humbly, when we walk in justice, God always meets us in the humility. And so I bless you and challenge you today to be an impact like Jesus, to walk with love everywhere you go.